Hello hungry fam, my name is Akansha and welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to cook only on appam pan for 24 hours. Before starting the video, like, share and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also click on the bell icon to get all the post notifications. Since it's raining so much outside for breakfast, I'm craving for kanda bhaji, that is onion fritters or onion pakoda, and these are the ingredients. First, in a bowl, I'm adding 3 finely sliced onions, half cup of coriander leaves, 2 to 3 green chilies, 1 teaspoon ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon each of salt and red chili powder, pinch of ajwain, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder. Mix it. Then I like to sieve the besan flour to avoid a lot of lumps. In total, I added 1 cup of besan and 2 tablespoons of rice flour to make it extra crispy. Mix it without using any water because the onion releases a lot of moisture. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda or Eno and only 1 teaspoon water to get that face. Mix it with your hands. Now place the appam pan on a gas stove. Apply oil and add approximately 1 tablespoon of the onion batter on each groove. Flip the pakoda after 5 to 6 minutes and let it cook for more 5 minutes. Apply oil on the other side as well. Now your delicious kanda bhaji is ready. Garnish it with coriander leaves and serve it hot with a spicy green chutney. It looks so good and very fancy as well. Let's taste it. Wow, that's how I like to start my mornings. It's not at all oily and so delicious. The edges are so crispy and perfectly soft and fluffy from the inside. It is spicy and has a nice sweetness from the onions. Definitely try out a healthy version of onion fritters. I'm definitely rating it a solid 8 on 10. For lunch, I'm going to make litti chokha. I was saving this recipe for Bihari food challenge, but I guess it will be more difficult to cook it in appam pan. So let's give it a try. For the dough, add 1 cup of wheat flour in a bowl. To that, add 1/4 teaspoon each of baking powder and ajwain. Add 1 teaspoon salt and 1 tablespoon of clarified butter, that is ghee. Mix it, then start adding half cup of water in batches. Knead it into a dough. The stiffness is similar to the chapati dough. Smoothen it out. It will take approximately 10 to 12 minutes. Apply oil over it and let it rest for 20 minutes. Till then, let's make the filling. In a bowl, add 1 cup of sattu, that is roasted gram flour. It is not besan and has more earthy flavor. To that, add half cup of coriander, 2 to 3 green chilies, half chopped onion, 1/4 teaspoon each of ajwain, kalonji, that is nigella or onion seed, 1 tablespoon ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon each of red chili powder and salt. Mix it all together. Then add 1 teaspoon lemon juice and 1 to 2 teaspoon of mustard oil, that is rai ka tel, which gives a very unique flavor to this filling. Mix it. Then make small balls out of it. Any random shape will be fine. Now take a small portion of the well-rested dough. Make it flat using your fingers like we do for making stuffed parathas or puran pori. Place the sattu filling in the center and close the dough. Make a small round ball. Smoothen it out. Now again grease the appam pan and place the dough balls on each groove. Brush oil over it as well. Cover and let it cook for nice 8 to 10 minutes. Now flip and cook again for 5 to 6 minutes from the other side. Again apply some oil. Now cook it from all the edges as well. The littis are already looking super delicious. Now making chokha is more difficult since it gets the flavor from cooking eggplant, tomatoes and potatoes on open flame. Today I'm making only tomato chokha because I don't think so I can make bengan ka bharta on this appam pan. So to give the smoky flavor, I'm going to let a small piece of charcoal get burnt on the appam pan. Okay, after 25 minutes I can see thoda sa it's getting active, but I don't think so it will give enough smoke. So I'm going to let it burn for more 20 minutes while continuously giving it air. मतलब ऐसे कोयले को फूक मारते हैं to burn it more and speed up the process. Okay, it seems to be working. I'm going to keep the coal aside and add 3 small sized tomatoes. Make some slits like so. Place it on a greased appam pan. Let it roast till it gets burnt from all the sides. Now add the active charcoal. To that I'm adding 1 tablespoon of mustard oil. Cover it immediately. Thank God it's working and it smells so good already. Let the tomatoes absorb all the smoke for 10 minutes. Once the tomatoes are cooled down, remove its skin. And chop it into fine pieces. Remove it in a bowl. Add half an onion, half cup coriander, 1 chopped chili, 1 tablespoon garlic, half teaspoon ginger, half teaspoon salt and 1 to 2 teaspoon of mustard oil. Mix it all together. And that looks so colorful. It's like a desi salsa, which honestly looks even more better. Finally, let's enjoy our lunch. Crush 1 litti and add the chokha over it. It looks so beautiful and the taste is so similar to the litti chokha I had when I visited Uttar Pradesh. The doughy litti goes so well with the fresh smoky tomato chokha. It's literally like a perfect match. Definitely it took a lot of my time and energy, but it was totally worth it. And I'm rating it a 9 on 10. For dinner, I'm in the mood for eating some delicious chaat and these are the ingredients. Since I can't use boiled potatoes, I'm going to grate 2 potatoes in salted water. Then squeeze out all the moisture and remove it in a plate. Again, grease the appam pan with oil and add this grated potato and make a thin layer of it using a spoon. We are going to make potato katori out of it. Let it become crispy and nicely brown for like 4 to 5 minutes. Remove it out in a plate. Now let's assemble the katori chaat. It's exactly like a sev puri, but instead of papdi, we are going to use potato katori or potato basket. Now add onions, tomatoes, chaat masala, meaty that is sweet tamarind chutney, tikhi that is spicy coriander and pudina chutney. Garnish it with nylon sev, coriander leaves and few pomegranate seeds to add a pop of sweetness. Your quick and unique chaat is ready. Looks damn good. The katori turned out so perfect. They are very crispy and can easily hold its shape and withstand the weight of the toppings, which I was not sure about. You can also add some sweet curd and chili powder that will also taste amazing. For me, this was absolutely a 10 on 10. For dessert, I'm planning to make 3 ingredient mini chocolava bombs which were trending during the lockdown, and these are the ingredients. Add 15 bourbon biscuits in a mixer and grind it into a fine powder. Now add it into a bowl, then add approximately half cup of milk in batches. Whisk it into a smooth batter. Grease the appam pan with oil and add 1 tablespoon batter in each groove. Place a piece of Cadbury in the center and slightly push it in. Add 1 teaspoon of batter to cover the chocolate piece. Now place the appam pan over a gas stove on very low flame. Cover and let it cook for 12 minutes. Within 5 minutes they start to rise, but they didn't rise as much as I wanted. So just add 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder in the batter so you get a perfect rise. Okay, it's super delicate and very soft. I'm going to garnish it with some powdered sugar. It looks really good and kind of like the Japanese mochi. Can't wait to taste our dessert. Okay, there's not much of a lava, but the chocolate is melted And the texture of this cake is so good. You can literally see how spongy and mouth-watering it is just with using 3 ingredients. Wow, what a delicious day it was. Perfect ending to our 24-hour challenge. Undoubtedly, I'm rating it a 9.5 on 10. Try these beautiful and delicious recipes and let me know your feedback. Today's shout out goes to Sneha Sarkar, Spriti Pai, Myrtle Rose, Geet Sibal and Mahati. If you want a shout out, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and comment on this video telling me that you have. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more amazing videos.